When you were born, you were crying and everyone else was smiling. Live your life so at the end, you're the one who is smiling and everyone else is crying. What is a weed? A plant whose virtues have not yet been discovered. The secret of education lies in respecting the pupil. It is not for you to choose what he shall know, what he shall do. It is chosen and foreordained, and he only holds the key to his own secret. Bad times have a scientific value. These are occasions a good learner would not miss. The wise man in the storm prays God not for safety from danger, but for deliverance from fear. Many eyes go through the meadow, but few see the flowers in it. Nothing is more simple than greatness. Indeed, to be simple is to be great. Don't be pushed by your problems. Be led by your dreams. The louder he talked of his honor, the faster we counted our spoons. If the stars should appear but one night every 1,000 years, how man would marvel and adore. There is one other reason for dressing well, namely that dogs respect it, and will not attack you in good clothes. The great man is he who in the midst of the crowd keeps with perfect sweetness the independence of solitude. Treat a man as he is, and he will remain as he is. Treat a man as he could be, and he will become what he should be. The best lightning rod for your protection is your own spine. The happiest man is he who learns from nature the lesson of worship. God will not have his work made manifest by cowards. In the highest civilization, the book is still the highest delight. He who has once known its satisfactions is provided with a resource against calamity. Tomorrow is a new day. Begin it well and serenely, and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. I am ashamed to think how easily we capitulate to badges and names, to large societies and dead institutions. It is one of the beautiful compensations of life that no man can sincerely try to help another without helping himself. Some people will tell you there is a great deal of poetry and fine sentiment in a chest of tea. In every work of genius we recognize our own rejected thoughts. They come back to us with a certain alienated majesty. Fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world. The end of the human race will be that it will eventually die of civilization. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. It is one of the blessings of old friends that you can afford to be stupid with them. I cannot remember the books I've read any more than the meals I have eaten. Even so, they have made me. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. When it is dark enough, you can see the stars. Make your own Bible. Select and collect all the words and sentences that in all your readings have been to you like the blast of a trumpet. All I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Without ambition one starts nothing. Without work one finishes nothing. The prize will not be sent to you. You have to win it. If we encounter a man of rare intellect, we should ask him what books he reads. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us, or we find it not. Don't be too timid and squeamish about your actions. All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. You cannot do a kindness too soon, for you never know how soon it will be too late. Shallow men believe in luck or in circumstance. Strong men believe in cause and effect. Our chief want is someone who will inspire us to be what we know we could be. People do not seem to realize that their opinion of the world is also a confession of their character. Let me never fall into the vulgar mistake of dreaming that I am persecuted whenever I am contradicted. A hero is no braver than an ordinary man, but he is brave 5 minutes longer. Guard well your spare moments. They are like uncut diamonds. Discard them and their value will never be known. Improve them and they will become the brightest gems in a useful life. Peace cannot be achieved through violence. It can only be attained through understanding. Nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind. The mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions. Envy is ignorance. Imitation is suicide. It is easy to live for others. Everybody does. I call on you to live for yourself. Most of the shadows of this life are caused by standing in one's own sunshine. Happiness is a perfume you cannot pour on others without getting some on yourself. When friendships are real, they are not glass threads or frostwork, but the solidest things we can know. In my walks, every man I meet is my superior in some way, and in that I learn from him. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Few people know how to take a walk. The qualifications are endurance, plain clothes, old shoes, an eye for nature, good humor, vast curiosity, good speech, good silence, and nothing too much. The invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common. Trust thyself. Every heart vibrates to that iron string. Sorrow looks back, worry looks around, faith looks up. Nature and books belong to the eyes that see them. That which we persist in doing becomes easier to do, not that the nature of the thing has changed, but that our power to do has increased. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. In a library, we are surrounded by many hundreds of dear friends, imprisoned by an enchanter in paper and leathern boxes. For everything you have missed, you have gained something else, and for everything you gain, you lose something else. You have just dined, and however scrupulously the slaughterhouse is concealed in the graceful distance of miles, there is complicity. Life is short, but there is always time enough for courtesy. All my best thoughts were stolen by the ancients. You are constantly invited to be what you are. A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds. Common sense is genius dressed in its working clothes. Some books leave us free and some books make us free. Even in the mud and scum of things, something always sings. Of all the ways to lose a person, death is the kindest. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. None of us will ever accomplish anything excellent or commanding except when he listens to this whisper which is heard by him alone. Life is a series of surprises and would not be worth taking or keeping if it were not. We are always getting ready to live, but never living. Insist on yourself. Never imitate. Your own gift you can offer with the cumulative force of a whole life's cultivation, but of the adopted talent of another, you have only an extemporaneous, half possession. Sow thought and you reap an action. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny.